Well, Victorian Police are facing mounting pressure this morning to identify the masked figure in a terrifying video posted online. In the disturbing footage, the man, part of an anonymous group, claims responsibility for the recent firebombing of a weapons manufacturer in Melbourne before warning the company's workers that there is more to come.
For the past few months, we have been closely watching you. We have your addresses. All the information we have about you will be distributed to our underground networks.
Now, the video ended with a demonstration on how to use fire starters to torch cars. And for more, we are joined by Greg Barton, Professor of Global Islamic Politics at Deakin University, live in Melbourne this morning. Good morning to you, Greg. Before we actually get to that video, we've been following a separate incident in Melbourne this morning, a stabbing attack in Moonee Ponds with the alleged attacker yelling this as he was apprehended. Greg Barton, your take on this video?
Well, in the context of police statements saying they're not treating it as terrorism, there must be some good reason for that framing. When you hear somebody yelling Allahu Akbar, of course you worry in the context of violence that it's motivated by extremism. But, you know, police see this much the same as if somebody was yelling Jesus Christ. You know, it's emotional religious language. It doesn't mean that it's religious motivation. They must know something about the context to be making that statement. They'll be following it up, though, so they're not going to just take that for granted.
So what will be the focus of this investigation? Will they be looking at whether or not this was just an isolated lone wolf kind of incident here, or perhaps something much more coordinated?
Yeah, they'll be looking at they've got the individual in custody. They'll be looking at his background, looking at his social media posts, looking at his associations and communications, trying to figure out whether he was doing something premeditated or whether this was an act of passion. There are mental health issues. Perhaps they can determine that's being a big factor. The main thing is they want to make sure that it is in fact not terrorism, that there's no intention and there's no one else involved if there's any intention about it. And you can be sure there'll be a lot of background work that we won't hear about until they get some results.
Yep, no doubt. All right, let's head back to that other anonymous video. Have you ever seen something like this before? And can you explain why they have targeted this particular company?
Well, they claim they're targeting Lovett Industries because they're manufacturing small components that go into the F-35 program. Israel flies F-35s, it's a very tenuous link. But, you know, the rhetoric comes across as extreme radical left rhetoric. And it harks back to sort of days when you had groups supporting groups like PLO. Now, this, in all likelihood, is just big talk, but the police aren't going to rest on that assumption. They will treat this as a serious threat, and they will treat it as perhaps signs of an underground network prepared to escalate and move to violence. The group claims to be acting in the name of the Palestinians. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. They're yelling death to America, death to Israel, death to Australia. That may just be rhetoric, but it may be a sign of a serious intent.
Yeah, well, certainly it is a chilling new development. Greg Barton, thank you.
Thank you.